Hey guys, welcome back to the show. And on this episode, I'm going to be talking about one of those movies that it's a struggle. I almost didn't make it through this one. This one is You're the Hunter from the Future. Now, let me start by saying that I have fun doing this show. You know, sometimes I'm watching a movie and I'm genuinely so excited because there's so much material to make jokes about. But this is one of those situations where I found myself constantly checking to see how much time was left in the movie. And it's true what they say, you know, that saying, time flies when you're having fun, but when you're not, you start slowly reconsidering your life choices. So let's start by taking a look at the poster. First of all, I don't know when they took this picture, but Yours hair never looks like this. This is much too short. And what the hell are these UFOs doing here? Spoiler alert, they're not in the movie. I find movie posters that misrepresent what happens in the movie insanely irritating and annoying. They're up there with hangnails, paper cuts, and people that feel like they have to mow their lawns at 7 a.m. on a Saturday. What the hell is wrong with you? It's the fucking weekend. It's one of the reasons why I don't want to have kids. I don't want to become a father. Because I believe when you become a dad, something clicks in your brain where you just can't stand the idea of people sleeping in on a Saturday anymore. You just have to ruin that. I gotta start coming up with ways to make as much noise as early as I possibly can on a Saturday. I gotta get it done before it gets too hot. Maybe it's just me, or maybe it's just a suburban thing. I don't know. All I know is when I was growing up, without fail, every Saturday morning, as soon as that sun just peeked over the horizon, it was like every dad on the street just bang, bang, bang. Okay, here we go, folks. Picture this. It's 1983, and you're in the mood for a movie that has everything. Action, sci-fi, romance, a twist. So you pop this thing into the VCR. The movie starts with a caveman, Yor, who has a theme song for some reason. Anyways, Yor goes running, and god damn it, we just got breened. Remember what I was talking about in my Jim Cotta video? You think everything's all good, and then suddenly they just spin around and give you the ham. And this is how we start the movie, with some ass. Which in some situations I would get excited for, but not this one. So we have a whole tribe of cave people, and if it hasn't hit you already, you may be wondering, why is Yor completely clean shaven? Well, that's a good question. I was wondering the same thing. I wish I had an answer for you, but I don't. There's gonna be a lot of things in this movie that don't make any sense. This is on the low tier, trust me. So Kala and Peg are out hunting when they're attacked by a dinosaur. It's a combination of both a Stegosaurus and a Triceratops. It's a Stegoceratops. Luckily, Yor is nearby to kill the Stegoceratops and drink its blood.
It burns like fire.
The blood of your enemy makes you stronger. Drink.
I'd rather stay weak. Who are you? Where do you come from?
You may also be wondering why the cave people speak perfect English, but we'll get to that later. So at this point, they notice the medallion on his neck and tell him that they know of a woman who wears the same kind of medallion. Now they're having a celebration as they eat the dinosaur meat and dance. And this is where Kala and Yor have a moment where they stare into each other's eyes. And I can only imagine Kala must be thinking, I hope he likes my mascara. But here comes the Blue Skin Tribe, and they're gonna mess stuff up and kidnap a bunch of women. Good thing Yor's here to defend the village and beat up the bad guys, pushing stuff over, fighting multiple guys at a time with his axe. Doing, I don't know exactly what the purpose of this was, but it looks cool. It's just too bad that Yor wasn't prepared to get hit in the head with a stick, so they escape and go hide in a cave for the night, where Kala asks Yor about his necklace.
It's like a fire burning inside me, a question without an answer. Am I the son of fire?
I don't even know what that means, still. I've watched the movie twice now, I don't know. So the blue people show up again, kidnap Kala, steal Yor's necklace, and throw him off a cliff, which he not only survives, but wakes up completely uninjured.
First, we must find Kala. Where is she?
You lost her in battle. Kala now belongs to him. That is our law.
No, Peg. I don't recognize your laws.
That way.
Wow, that's quite a turn. Sorry, Yor. She belongs to them now. They stole her from us. So, I know it sucks. She's the most important thing in the world to me. But that's just how it is. Nothing we can do about it. That's the law. Oh, what's that? You don't recognize our laws? Oh, well, why did you say so? Okay, I guess that's all it takes. Let's go. By the way, are you guys ready for more fighting? Because here comes more fighting. The blue guys start fighting over Kala, and so far, this has been the entire movie. Over 20 minutes of fight sequences, that's pretty much it. So Yor and Peg go to the blue man cave, and Yor sees some kind of, I don't know what this is, moth, bat, bird creature. So he shoots it down and uses its carcass as a hang glider to fly into the cave and just check out this sequence. So Yor grabs his necklace as they escape, and he destroys some kind of dam which floods the whole cave. And this goes on for a long time, showing everyone getting wiped out by the water. So I guess we're just going to assume that everyone was just killed by this. Even the other people that they kidnapped from the tribe. What about them, Yor? You're just gonna fly in here on a dead bat with some kind of kick-ass theme music and save one person and just let the rest die. Okay. Well, the movie is titled Yor, the Hunter from the Future. It doesn't say anything about him being a hero. So Yor is like, okay, I'm gonna go find this chick who has the same necklace as me. And this is where he runs into what I call the Fire Tribe. See, check out their clever camouflage. You probably didn't pay much attention to this mass over here, but it turns out it was just a bunch of people huddled together. And here's the funny part. Suddenly, they just have torches. Like, where did these come from? And once again, as great as a hunter and a fighter as Yor is, he's just no match for something like a net. Yep. Dinosaurs, spears, fire. These things are no problem. But if you came at this guy with a stick and a net, he would probably start begging for mercy. So they bring him to their queen, and wow, is one of these caves a beauty salon? Where are these women getting their hair and makeup done? Oh, you're looking for some perm and some color maybe? Well, that's over in Cave 6. Yeah, talk to Marlise. Tell her the troglodyte down the street sent you. She'll hook you up. Yor's like, hey, where'd you get that necklace? And she's like, I don't know, but apparently I came here with some other people who have it, and they're trapped in ice. So Yor is basically like, all right, enough of this. Either let me go or kill me. So the guards come and take him to the flaming sword to kill him, and Yor starts thinking, maybe if I stare at her long enough, she'll stop them. Maybe. Okay, I guess that didn't work. I'll just fight everybody. You know, either Yor is really good at fighting or these guys really suck. So the fire starts causing the cave to collapse. Yor escapes with, what's her name again? Roa. And Kala is relieved to see that Yor has survived, but then she sees Roa and is like, oh, who's she? Oh boy. Yor, good luck with all that. I mean, talking about an awkward boat ride. So Kala just decides, screw it, I'm just gonna kill this chick. But instead we get a fight, which could have been exciting if it wasn't so awkward. And then the blue guys show up again and try to kidnap them. Okay, so we're 45 minutes into this thing, and this just seems like the same thing over and over and over again. So at some point during the fight, Roa got hit in the head and is now dying. Oh no, their 5-minute on-screen romance is coming to an end. Why? No! It's just, please, have some mercy on my heartstrings. They can't take much more. Anyway, she says that she has a vision of where their race comes from and that she sees an island with a giant castle. Well, how would any of them even know what a castle even looks like? So obviously Kala is really upset over the death of this person she just tried to kill, but they decide to move on with their lives. Suddenly, they hear some screaming and, oh no, another dinosaur attack. And again, we've done this. We're already an hour into this movie and nothing is really developing here. And guess what? After they kill the dinosaur thing and save the family, they meet another tribe, and Yor meets another chick. Anyways, they tell the story about how some guy came down on a spaceship and it exploded, and Yor finds a piece of it, blah, blah, blah. That night, lasers start blowing the place up. All right, looks like something's actually happening here. So I might as well just tell you the big twist to the movie right now. Basically, the movie takes place in the future after some kind of a nuclear holocaust, and this is like post-apocalyptic Earth. And these cavemen aren't cavemen from the past, they're cavemen from the future, because they're basically the people that remained after everything got wiped out. Hence the title, Yor the Hunter from the Future. Now, you'd think that this would answer a lot of questions about things that happened earlier on in the film, but I don't think it does. This doesn't explain the hybrid dinosaurs at all. That still doesn't make any sense. I mean, I guess you could argue there was some kind of Jurassic Park type situation, but there's no evidence of that in the movie. And I would even argue that the fact that they speak English so well doesn't make much sense. I mean, based on what we can see, there's really no remains of our civilization left. So it looks like it's been a long, long time since the world was left in ruins, probably hundreds of years. And I would think that without proper education, vocabularies would deteriorate to a degree. I mean, we've already seen how our use of language has changed over the years. So anyways, there's this dark overlord with an army of robots who basically controls the rest of the world's nuclear technology. They beam Yor onto the, base. And I don't know what they're doing to him here. I don't know what this is, some kind of computer chip. Oh yeah, that looks secure.
Your name is Galahad, and you're the son of the rebel Askar. Your ship was destroyed when you left many years ago.
So while the Overlord is talking about how they will eventually capture Yor's friends, Yor manages to sneak out? Are you kidding? So the Overlord is like, whatever, I'll just spy on you from my magic crystal ball. Here's where the movie basically becomes a ripoff of Star Wars, which I guess I can't hate on too much because it means that something is actually happening. It turns out that a bunch of the people who work for the Overlord are forming a rebellion. Oh my god, I've never seen anything like this before. Then the blind leader fills in Peg and Kala on what's going on.
Overlord is leading us along that same path. He commands all of us, and his main intent is unquestionably to do evil.
Okay, what does that mean? What is the evil goal? In Star Wars, it was pretty obvious. So what is it here? To do evil? That could mean anything. I mean, please, just lay it out on the table. Just tell us exactly what's going on. Please just give me something. I don't care how cheesy it is. I just want to know that the end is in sight. Anything, please, He wants to be king of Earth and sit on a throne of gold. Okay, cool. At least that's specific. So they have this plan to overthrow the Overlord. And here's something I don't get. If this guy has a magic crystal ball that can watch everything that's going on, couldn't he see this? Wouldn't he know that there's a rebellion being formed?
Come on, I'll show you my past. I hope I can figure it out.
How could you possibly figure this out? Your whole life has been fighting dinosaurs with an axe, and now suddenly you're just gonna pull up some digital memories on a machine that you've never used or even seen before today? I mean, come on, it took me years just to learn how to type, and that was with Mavis Beacon. I wonder whatever happened to Mavis. Was Mavis Beacon a real person, or was she just like an idea? Okay, so it says here she's a fictional character. That's great, Another truth from my childhood that turns out to be a lie. That's always fun. Okay, so now we finally learn the Overlord's plan, which is to populate the world with his own people and exterminate all the barbarians. Which, I gotta say, dude, what is your beef with the barbarians? If you're gonna rebuild the planet, you're gonna need somebody to do the grunt work. I mean, somebody's gotta roll up their sleeves and do the dirty work. Because by the sounds of it, your people are gonna be to I'm special. So he introduces his new type of android, which he's dressed with an extreme turtleneck, and says they require the seed of a specimen like Yor. So, is he saying that Yor's gotta bang these things? Because if that's the deal, dude, you could have at least made them somewhat attractive. You know, how hard would it have been to make them kind of thick? I'm not saying that I would hit it, I'm just saying. But then he says once he gets Kala pregnant, he'll die. Which, again, the logic here escapes me. Why would you say this? Why would you tell him that? You think that's gonna make him want to have sex with anyone? Oh yeah, well, once you get her pregnant, you will die. So, get to it. And secondly, why does he have to die? I mean, if he's the perfect specimen, why wouldn't you keep him around like a bull so he can, you know, make babies with multiple women? I don't think you've thought through this whole repopulate the earth thing, have you? So the rebels come in, and here comes the laser fight, which is good because it means we're getting to the climax of this thing. And I have to say, these androids are even worse than stormtroopers. Some of them just stand there and get shot. Dude, you kind of suck. How you made it this far with this army is beyond me. So they're going after the nuclear stockpile, but it looks like they've moved the bridge so that they can't get across. And wow, I wonder what's gonna happen next. So he plants a bomb, and I have to say, the swing in Star Wars was cool, but it didn't feature enough sweaty skin. Then Yor confronts the Overlord, but he uses some kind of force to push him away, and then just goes into the elevator. So Yor's like, okay, I'm just gonna do this. Anyways, there's a bunch of shooting, and they escape from the evil base in a spaceship.
Yor returns to the primitive tribes on the mainland. He is determined to use his superior knowledge to prevent them making the same mistakes as their forefathers. Will he succeed?
I don't know. That's for you to tell me. I'm the audience member. You don't start asking me questions. Believe it or not, this movie was based off a comic book from Argentina right up until the second half, and apparently that's where the movie just goes off and completely does its own thing. The Italian version of the movie is apparently 9 minutes longer, which honestly, I don't even think I could sit through even that much more of this. And it was also nominated for 3 Razzies, which I'm sure would come as a surprise to no one. I know I've said this before, but a lot of the times I have to sift through a bunch of garbage to get to the pure golden nuggets of, you know, bad movies. Usually, I'd say it's around 75% of the stuff that I watch is just, yeah. You know, it's not that the other movies aren't bad or weird or whatever. It's just that sometimes, a lot of the time actually, there's just not enough material to make a full episode out of. By the way, there's a movie that has been requested time and time and time again for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. Seriously, twice a week, I would say I get a request to review Velocipaster, and I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not reviewing Velocipaster. I got 2 minutes into it, and I realized this is one of those movies, it's trying to be, you know, weird and stupid. You know, it's so tongue-in-cheek. It's one of those movies, it's just like Sharknado, which is a video I actually regret making, because again, the best movies for this show are the ones that are sincerely trying to be good. Honestly, this is one of those movies that I'm glad to have in the rear view. So as usual, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.